Hello, welcome to day 5 of our adventure through Iceland. Um, let's explain, hopefully, how to say day 5 and where it comes from. Okay, so let's open it up. I'm going to share with you the photo since I sold out. Okay, so here we go. Ta-da! Day 5 is called Helgrimskirke, which I hope I'm getting close with that. Because this one is, if you visit Iceland, you're going to hear about it. You're going to see it because it's like apparently visible from most of Reykjavik, and Reykjavik is like the main city. It is, I'll show you the picture of it. Kirke is church. Then the color of it is a gray here. But this is the church, Hallgrímskirkja, named after Hall, uh, Hallgrímur Peterson. So Hallgrímskirkja. And Leif Erikson, the statue that we talked about, is right in front of it. But remember, like I said, the statue was there first, and then the church was built after. And it is gray because it is based on the basalt columns that are all around Iceland. And I'm going to explain that in well, I suppose I could do it right now and then we'll go back to the church. I'll close this out because it looks like these vertical columns of gray rock. And that was designed that way on purpose. Here is the church's website. Basalt columns are found all over Iceland. They are hexagonal columns of like a uh, lava rock. They are gray usually, or obviously these are like might vary a little, but they form in this hexagonal shape because that is the natural way for them to cool. And you don't just find them in Iceland. If you have been to Devil's Tower oh geez, I've been there, but I think it's in Wyoming. Um, it's up in that area, and I do believe it's Devil's Towers on like the state line is on the Wyoming side. It's close. It's like close to going to I've been to Sturgis motorcycle rally, and it's near there. But if you look at it, it's like a column of rock that like pokes up out, and it is a volcanic column, and it looks like man-made because it's so regular. So this is Devil's Post Pile National Monument. Devil's Tower is all part of it. That is all, those are all basalt columns. You will find them in several places around Iceland. So of course, when they made this church, which look at the website, they did like snow on their website, which they didn't have before. It got closer to Christmas. Um, Look at these vertical columns that they designed. You can visit the church. It is a Lutheran church in the heart of Reykjavik. And it's the largest church in Iceland. It's the second tallest building in Iceland. They weren't originally planning on making it quite this tall. It's 244 feet tall because Iceland is not super populated. There's not a lot of like skyscrapers or anything. But they made it this tall, just like a little extra there at the top, because they wanted it to be slightly taller than the Catholic Church. There is one Catholic Church in Iceland, and they wanted to be taller when they built it. It was designed in 1937, but was not completed until 1986. And it was named after Hallgrímur Peterson, who was the author of the Passion Hymns, which I'm not sure if I know all the Passion Hymns, but the Passion is like the story of Jesus at Easter. And so those are also called organ pipe basalt, which doesn't make sense. If you've ever been into any church that has like one of those big organs, they do go vertically like that. And so it's kind of like, if they're designing after these igneous rock, that's all over Iceland, and also like it looks like the organ. I think it's really neat. Um, and you can go to their website, which I think is really cool, and you can change this one. A lot of the stuff in Iceland is going to have stuff in Icelandic, which I'm not sure the picture is different, but you can also pretty much change it to English. They do a lot of stuff in English, and you can visit. Um, and if you look, see the back of the church, they don't show the back of the church a lot. It is designed so that it looks kind of like that Viking helmet dome. Do you see this right here? The Viking helmet dome is like another, like a shape that they used to design the church. I thought that was kind of neat. But you don't have to go to church, like go to a mass or a service there if you just want to visit it, because they do have like an observation deck up there. You can go and see like the view from the city up there in the observation deck. So you can visit, and you should be able to see it from one of the most highest natural points in Reykjavik, and it's a prominent landmark, so you can see it like from everywhere around the city. So if you do go to Reykjavik, you can definitely, you won't miss it. Um, and yes, I'm not, researching a lot of this Icelandic stuff. The Vikings did come in. The Vikings weren't Christian like originally. They may have eventually been converted to Christianity over time, but yes, there's a big debate on like not a debate, like they were arguing between the Catholic Church and the Vikings who were originally were pagan. So there was a lot of fighting because of that. I was watching something recently about Normans in Normandy in France, which came in because of the Vikings came in, but they came in and they're pagan, and then sometimes they were converted to Christianity. I think Iceland has a little bit of that same feel where they came in and like some of them were converted to Christianity, and so they built these big churches because they were converted and they wanted to show off that they were converted. So that's one reason why they have this giant church. I would love to visit it myself. Oh, so let me show you. Okay. The church you can. There, let's close that out. Close that out. I want to show you. I think I need to stop sharing for a minute. Oh, no, no, here it is. Yeah, there we go. So I wanted to show you the charts that I made so far. I can't show you my knitting right now because I've changed the order. So chart one was the Blue Lagoon, there's the steam, and then the Dalvik was the whale tail, and then we had the Viking helmet for Leif Erikson. And then for chart four was the Aurora Borealis, there, the dawn of the north. And now, I don't want to show you too far, but Hallgrímskirkja, I did a chart that looks just like the overall, it's hard to do with only 6 rows, but it's just the overall shape of the basalt columns church shape. Like it's just in columns. So therefore, that's what this is intended to be. So I hope you're having fun, and whether you're going to use the charts or not, I hope you appreciate that because I was making a solid color. I was like, oh, I want to make these color work charts to go with it. So you get a little something. I can imagine doing it in some other design, but I went specifically, other than like the tube infinity scarf that I'm doing. I a poncho, a sweater, or something. It's just hard for me to do that for people when you're like there's sizing involved, and if you had to incorporate other yarn. But if you wanted to do that yourself, I would totally love to help you. Hopefully everyone is getting the pattern updates that I'm sending by email. But I will join you again tomorrow for day 6. I don't think I'm going to be able to show you my knitting then either. Sorry about changing the order around, but I do always like to show it in like what I think would look good in straight stripes. And then I was like, oh, but I need to have the color work too. So I hope that's not super confusing to you. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 6. Bye for now.